Hi, I'm Jo Wiley on Sky Arts. Today we're bringing you an important report from the Sky Skills Studios. Let's go straight to Studio 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sky News with me, Rama.
And me, Rhiannon. Today's main headlines include that there has been a dolphin found in the River Thames. So far, the dolphin, nicknamed Daisy, has caused the death of 3 goldfish. Our thoughts are with their families at this time.
But first, we'll be discussing the rise in tech speak in the younger generation and its effect on exam results.
We'll discuss whether we should be concerned about falling standards within schools due to tech speak. When mobile phones were first invented, it was expected that they would mostly be used for phone calls, but now we use them for texting, surfing the internet, watching videos and listening to music.
In a recent survey, 83% of people believe the way that young people communicate through tech speak affects the way they write and speak English.
Compared to 2012, teenagers are sending more texts in a typical week, compared to smartphone users who are now sending an estimated 184 instant messages in a typical week.
In the rest of today's programme, we'll be getting the opinion from experts, Steph and Charlotte in the studio.
We'll also be speaking to Rita, who will be hearing the perspective from a teacher and a student. But first we'll pass over to Muna and Brandon, who are at a high school in Brent.
Thank you, Rama and Rhiannon.
According to data, 9 out of 10 young people have a mobile phone. Hi, I'm Brandon Okeke.
And I'm Muna Noor.
We're here on site at a secondary school in East London to see whether the claim that text language and slang is infiltrating pupils' work and having a negative effect on our youth education is correct.
Abbreviations such as LOL, CBA and FYI are in common use within the younger generations. And whilst these phrases may at first appear innocent, it could be argued that they are having a negative effect on education, particularly concerning the teenagers.
The sharp drop in GCSE scores in 2014, with English being one of the worst subjects affected, can be partially contributed to the obsession with social media and increased use of so-called tech slang.
In addition to the negative effects on education, it has been revealed that 89% of parents feel that the use of text speak has formed a language barrier between themselves and their children.
This data suggests that the introduction of text speak and the increasing hours spent by youth on their phones, tablets and computers is contributing to the decay of family life and familial communication in modern Britain.
Well, I personally don't think that text slang really affects children's education. There could be many other reasons why there was a drop in GCSEs.
I strongly disagree because my daughter's grades has dropped from an A star to a D since I've given her a new phone.
Well, we'll BRB where we pass on to Rita at a university in Luton.
So we'll see you later.
Thank you, Brandon and Mona. This is Rita here with Mia. Would you please tell me your view about text speech?
Hi, yeah. I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing at all. I feel like it's just become another language on top of the language that we already have. The way we speak has changed a lot over the past centuries and even in the past 50 years. So I feel like it's just a new add-on to our language and it's new for the generation.
Thank you so much, Mia. Over here to Mia's teacher. So would you elaborate on Mia's view?
I completely disagree. I believe that it's not a language evolution, it's a complete decline in the use of proper English, and I believe that that's basically breaking the boundaries between informal language and formal language.
Would this not break the boundaries with social community?
No, I don't believe that text speech is the way to break these boundaries, and I believe that children have just grown too comfortable in an age of spell check and abbreviations.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Over to Leo.
Thank you, Rita. I'm Leo and I'm joined here with Steph, who is a student, and Charlotte, who is a writer. We're here to discuss how text speak has influenced the English language. So I think I'll start off the debate by reading this quote. Some teachers believe that many young people don't know how to write letters or even long emails anymore because they're just so used to short text. Charlotte, why didn't you start off?
From previous experience of using abbreviated text, I realised that it's severely impacted on my writing and the quality of what I produced. And I really believe that what's being taught in school should be used both in and out of school to help us improve our academia as a whole.
And Steph?
I personally disagree. I think the use of text speak and text language that we have at the moment is amazing, really, because we can employ the English language in two very, very different ways. So you've got our text speak when we want to informally chat with each other and communicate in groups, and then you've also got your standard English that we write within lessons, within classes, and being able as a student to employ both of those is just of great benefit, to be honest.
Do you think that young people today are at a risk of losing intellectual skills due to text speak?
I personally wouldn't say so. Some studies have actually found that students who use texting and use text speak when they text are much more creative because they've got such few words to put in so many thoughts. So I think if anything, we're kind of benefiting and aiding ourselves through using it.
And Charlotte, as a writer, what do you think?
I do agree to a certain degree, just because when I start writing, I do use notes first to get my ideas onto paper, but however, I do then convert it into actual English so that it ends up being proper in the end.
I understand what you mean there with like converting it into proper English, because obviously when our students, when we use text speak, we use it quickly just to write down our thoughts. It's not fully processed, we haven't really thought it out. But at the same time, I don't think it inhibits any of our learning or anything like that, just using it.
Well, that's unfortunately all we have time for. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Charlotte. Thank you for joining us at Sky Studios. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you for watching, and thank you to the Sky Skills studio team.